So right now, all the analysts are talking about it as being a very important shift, a very important phenomenon, something which is affecting right now corporate IT and corporate strategy and will be the single biggest shift in the way that we do things over the next 10 years going forwards. Apple and Google are consumer vendors selling consumer devices to consumers. Android, particular case in point, it's not even designed for enterprise management. It doesn't even have the APIs that you need to effectively manage it as an enterprise device. It demonstrates that consumer is king. Mobile malware is absolutely real. The security industry, to a certain extent, and you could say we are, I don't know, if you were feeling charitable, you could say we are victims of our own foresight. If you're feeling truthful, you could say we're victims of our own marketing. We've been saying as an industry for a long time, look out for mobile malware. Next year, there's going to be some mobile malware on your phone next year, and it never arrived. And now there's lots of mobile malware out there, and nobody believes us. It's out there. So what I've got here, this is an Android device. It's running, wow, it's all in reverse. Running Android 4.04, the latest version of Android. I haven't exploited any vulnerabilities on the device. It's just completely standard vanilla installation. But there is a bad app installed on there. I'm going to send a text message to the Android telling him who's boss. So it may take a little while to send. Oh, that went quicker than before. So I've just sent a text to the Android that says, this is your master. Watch the screen of the Android. It's a little slow in here because of the building, so bear with me. You will see that no text message notification appears on the Android, but I do get a reply. And my balance just went down on the Android to prove to you that it was the Android that sent that text. Okay, so the Android's now replied to me and said, I'm ready to serve you. That means I've got remote control over that device. That's very cool. So I can enable functionality like, let's say, if I can type around this camera, say I enable call spy functionality. So once that message has been received over there we go, any incoming phone call to that device is recorded, stored on local storage on the Android handset for later retrieval. So if this is a targeted attack on one of your enterprises, I want to be a bit more proactive in my attack. I want to find out more stuff when I want to find out. Let's say you're in a board meeting, and I want to know what's happening in the board meeting. I can't do that by intercepting a phone call or an SMS, so I'll do something else. I'll use your phone as a bug. So if I send another command, there we go, monitor now, with a number after it, that's just enabled the microphone on the Android and is now recording anything that happens around the phone for the next, 1 minute in this example, but obviously if you want to do it for an hour, you can do it for an hour. It depends on local storage. All of this stuff is being stored locally on that Android device. There's another command called Big Brother with a number after it. I can enable the video camera for X number of minutes and record video and store it locally on the device. Already it should be worrying enough, but the more observant among you may have said, well, yeah, that's kind of spooky and a bit cool and stuff, but you still don't have my data because you intercepted it, but you recorded it on my mobile phone. So you still have to get hold of my phone if you want to get that data off. Well, no, because one of the permissions that the app asks for when you install it is the permission to access the internet. So it's a very simple matter to send another command to the compromised phone, upload files. So now what the phone is going to do, and again, there's no evidence that any of these commands are being received at the Android end. There's no notification of an incoming text message. It's all invisible. So now what the Android is doing is taking that stolen data, the 1 minute of recorded audio and the text messages, packaging them into a zip file, uploading them to SendSpace, and sending me an SMS back with a handy URL where I can go and download that stuff.
All of this stuff is being stored locally on that Android device. There's another command called Big Brother. With a number after it. I can enable the video camera for X number of minutes and record video and store it locally on the device.
And there's my SMSs.
So already it should be worrying enough, but the more observant among you may have said, well, yeah, that...
So We're out of time, but hopefully that's given you some demonstration of the kinds of problems that can be posed in an enterprise by unmanaged mobile devices and uneducated members of staff in terms of what's the nature of the threat out there. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for listening for such a long time. Thank you.